Hey there everyone. I recently had a couple questions about what I keep in my truck and how I do it. So I kind of wanted to show you what I do, and I especially wanted to show you these little plastic bins that I use. And you can't really see it, but they stick under the seats here and tuck away really nice. That way if I've got the kids or something are coming with me, all of this stuff is nice and put away. Now this is the bare bones, depending on the situation, depending on who's coming with me or where I'm going. This, it could be added to. I've got a big plastic tote that I use for some camping stuff in the winter time, but this is like the stripped down version. So I want to go through, I'm not going to go through a detailed everything I've got list, but I want to go through a couple of these and show you what I've got. So I'm going to start on this side, and then we'll turn the camera around and I'll show you the stuff over there. But in this plastic bin, and they go right under my seat nice and easy, first of all, I've got the bug out bag that goes with me everywhere. And in this bin, I'm going to put it here so you can see it. This is just tools. This is all the stuff I might need. So I've got my shovel, I've got a tire hole patch kit, I've got my wrenches, I've got a socket set right there, but I also have these wrenches because anybody who's worked on a car knows that sometimes that socket set just doesn't work. I've got a multimeter here, a couple flashlights, hammer, screwdrivers, Allen wrenches, all the stuff I might need in a situation, in any kind of situation on the road, whether it's a, some sort of disaster situation or not. Next, I've got, let's see if I can close this. Also have my tire iron and stuff over here, but I've also got this first aid kit, and this first aid kit is not your typical, average band-aids and over-the-counter medications and everything. This is more for large-scale type injuries if something were to happen in an accident. And I do have a regular first aid kit here, which I bought this and then repackaged everything in it. It's got the band-aids, it's got the ace wraps and all of that. And also a bug out bag first aid kit, which has some of the basic stuff too. But this one's got like the SAM splint, we've got an Israeli bandage, a blanket, another water filter, some N95 masks, and this little trauma kit that was given to me by a friend in the Apocalypse Facebook group, which has got a cat tourniquet and some gauze rolls and all of that stuff. So a lot of this stuff is for the bigger injuries. I'm not worried too much about, getting a headache. If I do, I've got these things right here to take care of that stuff. I'll repackage this later. And then finally, the last one I've got here is this one, which is just the other stuff, basically. I've got a tack bar food ration, I've got some Mountain House, I've got the binoculars, I've got my Titan paracord, some other rope down here, I've got some tie downs right there, another N95 mask, my jumper cables, flashlight, gloves, all the different stuff, the miscellaneous stuff that I might need. So that's why I like these kind of bins, is because they tuck away nice and tightly. I keep everything organized, and I know where everything's supposed to go. Depending on your car, your situation, they make all sorts of different sizes of these. So you could figure out what works for you, but I like these because it helps me keep everything nice and organized. All right, so now we'll move to this side and I'll show you what we've got. I forgot to mention over there, I've got a tarp that's still in this package, and then a survival blanket, one of the really heavy duty ones, which is basically like a tarp, but it's also got the silver inside that reflects or absorbs the light. Like I said, I've got my bug out bag here too. This also has a tarp in it, but it's the heavier duty Rothco type tarp. I wouldn't probably use that to try to make a shelter, it just wouldn't last, but I do have a tarp in here that would. Like I said, this goes with me everywhere. All of this stuff goes with me everywhere. If I've got all the kids are in my truck at once, the bug out bag takes a back seat to the back of the truck for a while until we get out and then put it back in here. But all of this stuff basically goes with me wherever we go, and the kids got to fit around it. But over here I've got a socket set. I've also got my headphones for when I go to the range, but that's not a big deal. I've got a solar panel set. This is 24 watts. This is too big to fit in my bug out bag. I do have a Goal Zero in here, but this is nice for my ham radio and stuff if I ever need to charge stuff. And I also have this portable station right here, which is not the greatest in the world, but it's got jumper cables on it. I don't know how well those would work. I never tried it. but it also has the AC and DC adapters here. And you go in here and you can plug stuff in, 110 volts. It's got USB, you know, all the cool stuff on it. So it's just good. It always stays in here. I've used it a couple times and never had to really seriously use it. I've never have used the jumper cables though. But anyway, that's the kind of the bare bones of how I keep my truck kind of organized. This thing right here is actually to protect my leather seats for my dog because they have their giant claws. But this could also be used as some sort of bedding too. That's why I kind of like this. So it comes right up. But anyway, that's how I have my truck set up. If you have any comments or any suggestions or anything else, just let me know. But anyway, we'll talk to you next time.